paying to live stream the meeting. I'm Jose, you should know about me, man. I'm the guy, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just break it and then I'll fix it
Paying to
after the
live
fact.
stream the meeting.
Oh, it just, bam, it just
I'm
put you right
Jose, you
on.
should know about me, man. I'm the guy, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just break it and then I'll fix it after
Live on YouTube, so maybe mute that. So we are.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Okay, so there's a pause button on there, so I guess I can do that. So now that I know that, probably what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and stop the live stream. And oh wow, people hopped on with quickness too. Okay.
Oh, let's stay on.
Okay.
Oh, it
Good
just,
morning, everyone.
it just put you right on. You should know about me, man. I'm the guy, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just break it and then I'll fix it after
Live on YouTube, so maybe mute that. So let's mute that so we can be present for our viewers.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, so there's a pause button on there, so I get.
Okay. Thank you, Jose, for helping me out with that. I was like, wait a minute, how do I get rid of all of these voices? Okay. So, hey, what's up, everybody? We're live and direct on YouTube and Blair on here trying to figure things out with my homeboy Jose over here. What's up, Jose?
Good morning, everyone. Excited to be on Ant's channel today and excited to practice my speech.
So, Jose, tell the folks a little bit about what you do and why that's going to help them understand why we're doing what we do.
Yes, so one of the one skill set that I've always wanted to improve is public speaking. I went into it just to improve my sales skills, sales process. Excuse me. That means
Bless you, my son. Bless you twice. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Yes, one more time.
And because I noticed when I was in sales calls, I wasn't confident,
hmm
closing deals. And also as I wanted to make more videos on YouTube, on Instagram, and it's so hard to put yourself in front of the camera in the beginning. It is like just a reflection of yourself. So if you're not confident, if you don't like yourself, like your voice, your manners, it all comes to a spotlight there.
Yes, it does.
With Ants, we've just been working together over a year and 6 months. And my God, my public speaking skills, I think it's an understatement just to say that it's improved. It's I see it as an art. Like public speaking it takes a lifetime to master. I think you can never be finished, but so far the results have been incredible on how I show up, not just online, not just for business, but in day-to-day conversations and speaking to family and just gaining more trust and confidence. And I'm also a YouTube creator. I have an SEO agency, and it's a skill set that I want to continue to refine and improve upon.
And Jose, would you say that what you came in for, you talk about sales and being able to negotiate and make business transactions happen easily or more easily through effective communication. Can you say that you've seen a transformation of some sort, of any sort, in any way in those lanes of, sales, negotiation, communication, even with peers?
Absolutely. I think it's just having more confidence in how I speak, what I say. And also, I have to check myself because you can be a great public speaker, but if you don't really believe in what you're selling and what you're saying,
Yes.
unless you're a really great actor, it's really hard to fake excitement.
Yes.
We're very skilled at that, but for most of us, it's so much easier when you do believe in something
Yes.
and then to polish yourself up. That's the easy part. So I think that was also a big learning lesson, that you just have to be true in what you're selling and believe in it. Most importantly, believe in the product, believe in yourself, believe in the message.
That's right, man. Well said. Well said. It's almost like you're coached by a seven-time public speaking champion or a TEDx speaker or something. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Jose. Now, what are we working on today? You usually come to the session with a script of some sort, an idea of some sort that you are wanting to refine and tighten up before you then take it to quote unquote live recording that you then produce for a variety of initiatives that you have on video, emails and Google My Business videos and landing page videos and VSL. So you have quite a range of videos that you produce, and you have a video publishing plan of the types of videos that you want to publish, how often you want to publish those videos. We developed that earlier in the year. And so now you're doing more with a SEO and AI YouTube channel that you spun up. And I believe these scripts that we have, if I get my screen squared away, you have, no, that's not it either.
I can share mine if that's easier.
Oh, no, I'm actually just looking for my notes. So you have
Oh,
a video that you're recording now, and what's the context of the video that we're going to be working on today?
yep. So I think I might make a slight change. So the original topic that we had is the technical SEO trap. And
Right.
where we talked about the example of if people want to be a good photographer, they think they need to have the flashiest camera
Mm-hmm.
and all the fancy tools. And it's the same with technical SEO. Uh, I would say
Interesting.
this script kind of touches on that again, but I liked what you just said about uh, how to humanize yourself in AI, because I think that is one thing that everyone is struggling with, or
Yes.
everyone's being lazy with, even myself. So I think maybe that's the better scripts. So I'm going to share it here so you can follow along. But the genesis of this script is
Thank you.
everyone. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
I just said thank you. I got it.
so yeah, everyone's using AI for their copy. I don't blame them. It's just so convenient. But the problem is that everything starts to sound the same.
Right.
Being mediocre is now, the standard. And now I think it's for people like us who have too much of a personality. And maybe in the past it was like, oh, you need to be more professional. But I think nowadays it's your strength. It's
Agreed.
at least for me, I know that I'm not necessarily the smartest person and the most technical person, especially being here in San Francisco. But I have a personality, and
Yes, you do.
it's that's my strength and my advantage really here in San Francisco. Most people don't have personalities, and I uh, and I can use that to my advantage when it comes to uh, my videos, but also in this script, it's how do you use your personality in your AI era to make your content stand out? So that would be the main topic discussion point for today.
Awesome, man. And I agree. That is the one thing that people haven't quite figured out yet. They call, what do they call it? AI slop. So,
Yep.
everybody's putting out the AI slop, but nobody's really personalizing the AI. And what people don't realize, to your point, is that it can be done, and that is the differentiator. And taking it one step further, doing video. I mean, that's one thing that can be done where you can say, okay, this is for real because it's not just some content overlaid on a photo or anything like that. It's your personality out there, your differentiator. And plus, that is also a differentiator because it's you, your personality on camera, people getting to know you. like you and trust you. And when people know, like, and trust people, that usually leads to a value exchange. And that's what we're always looking for. We're looking for that value exchange. Not a sale, not a transaction. We're exchanging value, man. That's the economy that at least I work in. Value for value, man. I'm not trying to get anything more from you than you are from me, and it's all perceived. And so if we can match value to one another, then we can work together. So I believe this is great. And I took some of our earlier notes and wanted to bring them into this session because remember we always had a ritual before we did our videos, and I think we've gotten out of the habit of doing the ritual. Do you remember what the two-stepper was, the two-step ritual beforehand?
First one is identifying who you're speaking to.
You got it. Well done.
I would say this one is probably for all the small businesses
Okay.
that don't have a team. They're just starting their business out, and they think that they need to look professional. They need to sound professional. But in reality, when you're the new guy, you can take more risk. So you
True.
have personality in your company versus a company that has 100 investors. So I think that's who I would be speaking to and saying like your limitations can actually be your best advantage. So that's who I want to target. So identifying your audience is usually the first housekeeping item.
Yes, sir.
Second item is knowing the tone or how I'm going to show up.
Look at you, man. Making a coach proud. All right.
And the way me and Ant have talked about this, it could be different ways. It's like, am I gonna, I have a multiple personality disorder as I'm thinking about this, but as I'm showing up in the video, like, do I want to show up confident, calm? Do I want to, I've also done some advertising history videos where I can be more
Yes. I miss those,
cartoony.
man. I ain't gonna
They're
lie.
coming back. They're coming back.
Yes.
And uh and then for this one, I this one maybe is always a little bit harder because it depends on because I try to just be myself in the video, and before I was so professional, I was so scared to do these videos, these specific videos where I talked about marketing strategies, because it's like, oh, you have to be professional, you have to be, you know, good posture, confident, clear. But I do think that, especially with this topic, I got to practice what I preach. And with that, I have to show my personality.
That's right.
And so for this one, I think I'm going to let it flow and I'll figure it out as we go, because that sometimes that's what happens. Because of this topic is how do you humanize your content in the AI area? So I have to practice what I preach.
100%. 100%. And I can say that's a way to go about it. And I would I would add to that, or I will add to that, the energy levels. So remember, we also talked about energy levels too. So with them advertising videos that you did, I mean, your energy was like rah, usually because you're always bashing up on somebody who was manipulating or misleading the public. So you had that passion. So is the energy for this more as I guess a more of a helpful teacher kind of energy to where you're like, hey, I know you're out here struggling with, your content not sounding like you, sounding like a robot and not a human. I understand what you're going through. Let me help you out. Is that more of the energy that you're wanting to project when you do the video?
Yeah, absolutely. Because when it comes to my clients, that's what I always aspire to be. as a teacher, I'm not going to just do the surfaces. You're going to learn. And I believe when your client, your customer can teach you. Like we've been all in those scenarios where we're trying to figure something out and we get a professional, and instead of saying this is how much it's going to cost, and bam, you're like, okay. But when someone like takes the time, like, oh, okay, this happened because of this and it's because of that, and they explain it in a very simple way, it's like, okay, yeah, let me work with you. So I always appreciate those kind of people. So those are my role models and examples.
Sure.
One guy that comes to mind is my pool guy. My pool guy calls me. He educates me about all the different ingredients, the weather, how it goes together. But he is such a hard working guy. And I'm like, okay, great. I want to keep working with you because I work with other pool guys who are just like, it's this. Hey, but look, why?
Right.
So shout out to Dave's pool cleaner in South Daytona.
Dave.
The excellent businessman and world classer. So
Right on. So hey, if you out there, holla at Dave. If you in that area, holla at Dave. That's what's up, man. Now, from that point, usually it was, the intro, we work out the intro, what are the 3 points that you want to make, why are they important? So the intro was always, hey, this is what we're talking about. This is why it matters. This is why it's important to you. And when you are done with this, you'll be able to do X, Y, or Z, or X, Y, and Z after you watch this video, then rolling into what the points that you would want to make, and then having a call to action and a close is how our framework has been. And so you have hook ideas, you have some stats research, you have some rough talking points, close and CTA and sources. So how are you planning on executing from this document?
yep. So what I love about the way I have the script structure is that I always give myself options so that, let's say the hook idea that I came up with last night or a few weeks ago doesn't land, at least I have other options. So in this one, would it be helpful to share the script?
Yes, in the share, I think you have share access.
Yep. So here we have a few hook ideas. We have, if your website sounds like it belongs to any company, customers trust none of it. The problem isn't that you use AI. The problem is that you remove every trace of a human. And then the last one is your competitors can copy your keywords, but they can't copy your experience. So based off these ones, I'm kind of leaning towards, I don't like this one, so we can remove this one out. What do you think as far as a head opening hook, these two?
I like that idea of competitors copying keywords, but they can't copy your experience. I like that. But at the same time, though, even though I like that, the one where it says the problem isn't that you use AI, the problem is that you removed every trace of a human, which that more speaks to the title, how to humanize your website in the AI era.
Actually, but now I'm also like rereading the first one too. Your website sounds like it belongs to any company. Customers will trust none of it. Well,
Or even something to the effect of the problem isn't that you used AI to build your website or create your website content. So it speaks directly to that. And then say, the problem is that it doesn't sound like a human. So that could shorten up that sentence and still say the same thing.
yeah. So the problem isn't that you use AI website. It's that it doesn't sound like you at all.
Yeah, I like that. The you at all part, that gives it a little bit of an extra dig.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, so this one's an important thing to discuss. Just gonna highlight the things that I'll go over. So we have that. We have the opening hook. And then the talking points are easy because I already know what I can talk about.
Okay.
And then the CTA, that's always a pain point that I always struggle with.
Yeah, but we always make it through though. We always make it through.
Open your homepage and highlight every claim.
I like the idea of everything else needs proof of personality. I'm wondering what the CTA really is. So is it open your homepage and highlight every claim only your company could honestly make? If that is the CTA, then what does that do for me?
Mhm.
If I do that, what am I going to get out of it? What is that time going to produce for me?
Hmm. I think what is better to say probably is um, when someone asks you what you do for business and how you describe how you help customers. And if what you're saying to people in real life doesn't match what's on your website, that's proof that you need to add more of your personality, of your words into the homepage. So the key message here is that a lot of the time, the way how we describe what we do is very different to what we have on the website.
I follow you. I
So
follow
there's
you.
a gap there. So it's more of simplifying that message.
So making sure it aligns is what I think I'm hearing you say.
Yes. Um, so I can approach this towards the end as we get to that part, but I want to make sure that for the viewers who are watching, that we get through some of the actual public speaking side because I think everyone would find that valuable as well.
100%. 100%. So are you thinking that you're good enough with the closed CTA to
I'm
where
gonna
once
pause at the CTA. Once I get momentum, I'll pause instead of going right at it, and then that can be helpful.
all right, that's generally how we go about it anyway, so that sounds like a plan.
Great. So for those of you watching, I use DJI Mic.
DJI mics.
That's really helpful as far as getting good quality. I bought myself a little tripod.
I think I saw that advertised on a social media network, like it's
And
on Temu or something.
the one that you recommended, the Belkin, is just falling off all the time now.
Oh man. I'm sorry that you're having that problem, brother. Mine's working good for me, but
Yes, yes, yes.
it was good. It was good training wheels for you. Now you have evolved.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to start recording. Forward. Hello. 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 Okay, we're good. All right.
All right.
So starting now, I'm going to be looking over here. All right.
Yeah, that seems to be quite the popular angle with these videos nowadays, that kind of side diagonal look at the video camera. All the
Yeah.
cool kids are doing it now.
All right. So I'm going to get started. Okay.
I'll mute my microphone like how I normally do so that there isn't an opportunity for background noise to
And,
contaminate the recording.
and do you want me to go through the all the way before the ending, or do you want me to stop by section for our viewers?
Actually, go as go as far as you can, because from time to time we say, oh, sometimes you can make it straight through, and then sometimes we have to pause and take rest breaks, so to speak. So however way you whatever feels right for you in the moment, and then however way we go about it, we can explain that out once we, get past the point where you stop.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna give myself the time now, and we'll start. The problem isn't that you use AI for your websites, it's that it doesn't sound like you at all. So in the beginning, I always need to warm up a little bit. So I'll probably drink a little bit more coffee and to get myself out of my head. All right. The problem isn't that you use AI for your website. Problem is that it doesn't sound like you at all. And what I mean by this is everyone and their mom is using AI for copywriting. That's fine. And especially with Claude, which has incredible copywriting capabilities, we're starting to see a shift in a new standard. And the new standard now, because everyone's using AI, all the websites sound the same. And when everything sounds the same, that means you need to step it up. And this is where your personality, your voice is actually your unique value proposition. And in my case, in my websites, my tagline is the marketing agency that actually gives a shit about you. Little bold. And you might say, Jose, oh my God, like, how could you say that? Or like, and I wrestle with it. You have to be somewhat professional. But as I've shared it with people, they're like, hey, I like that. You're a straight shooter. Hey, that's bold. Like, hey, that actually has personality. And if you look at any other marketing agency website, their tagline, I'm just cringing of the thoughts of taglines, but it's all just generic jargon. We help you optimize this and that, and we're accelerating your growth, your business growth, like like all the same things. And as someone who is an SEO, it's actually super important more than ever that your personality comes across. And it doesn't have to be bold and controversial in my case, but speaking the way that you do, so the way you describe your business should match the way your website is represented in that way, because that is going to build more trust. It's more, someone can trust copy and messages that sound like a real person and not LLMs. And even though I'm like AI red pill, I'm super in the space, it still cannot nail a good personality, a good message, something that hits home. It can help you get there and brainstorm ideas, but it needs to come from a real place. And then I would actually argue it's better that it doesn't sound super polished, super articulate, but that it just sounds like a real person. So great theory, great concept, but how does this look like? How does that look like in a website when you're implementing that? Well, first, we talked about the headline. So the way, like if you had 30 seconds to explain your product or service, that should be your headline, because that's the quickest way that someone can understand your business. Also, on your website, you should have testimonials. That's how you can build more trust and you can make your website more humanized. So from your customers, how you've helped them, what were the results that you brought for them, how you've improved their problems, and what were the solutions that you provided. Also, have a picture of yourself, of your team. We have so much stock library, cheesy photos, which are so just played out, and everyone's so burned out. And yes, we can use AI images, but if you put a real person's face on websites, that, like, it's shocking, but not so shocking results that I've seen for myself and for my clients. Second is making sure that you touch on different areas that you work on as far as the types of services, and putting pictures of you providing those services to your team. So if you are in a B2B professional service, having pictures of you in the wild. Also, another thing is adding videos. Now, video is the king, because if someone can just see you, how you're talking in front of the camera, they can build rapport, they can build trust. Like, this is why creators are on the rise. This is why you can have any business in any industry. And I'm happy to be challenged on this. Doesn't matter. If you have a good personality, you can really make a viable growth channel just by showing up on camera without paying zero for ads. And the same is for your website. So all of these items can really transform how you show up online, how you build trust online. And that is going to help you separate yourself from the competition and make your website more humanized in the AI era. Now, I'll leave you with this. If you're on your website and the way your website is represented, the messages it communicates, and if it doesn't align on how you talk to customers in real life, how you talk to people in real life, how you communicate it, and if there's a gap, that's your huge warning sign that you need to fix this immediately. And if you need help fixing this, like I mentioned, I provided the steps here today, but if you want to reach out to my team at joseangelostudios.com, we're happy to help you so that you can build a more credible website, build more trust, which leads you to more conversions. So thanks for tuning in today. So moral of the story is use more of your personality, more of your voice across all your website assets. And that's going to help you improve conversions. Thank you. And I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, Jose, well done, man. How do you feel about that take?
Good. I felt pretty relaxed. And I didn't stumble too bad on the ending, which is,
No.
I think I paused a little bit more on
Yes, you
usually
did.
I'm like, and this time I was a little bit more slower. So
Absolutely, man. Those are some of the things that I made a note of. One thing that really struck me was you reached me through the camera. You know, it seemed like you were talking directly to me. You literally humanized the video by being human, by creating a human connection through the video, is what really jumped out at me. And to your point, you did use pause well to collect your thoughts, not use filler words. You started out using a lot of likes. Oh, and I say a lot of likes. I'll say you started out using likes. And once you started to get into your rhythm and into your groove, that like filler word was almost eliminated completely from the whole script. That was good. I do like how when you are talking to the person, and again, humanizing the video, you spoke directly to the B2B professional services company. You said, if you're a B2B professional services company, you used, and this might not be the right word for it, but dog whistle language. If I'm a B2B professional services company, you spoke directly to me when you said that in your script. And that is marketing 101 kind of thing. So you slip that in. It was very subtle, yet it packed a really good punch. The other thing that I noticed starting out, it flattened out once you started getting into your groove. The upswings, and we talked about upswings before too, instead of making a period on that sentence, it's more like a question. You started out with some upswings, and I was like, uh oh. But somehow that mental muscle, it came back and said, watch out for the upswings. And you started to put periods on the end of those sentences. Saying all that to say, Jose, now that we're getting back into the habit of getting these reps in, the things that we worked on before, they're the muscle memory is reactivating and saying, oh yeah, I remember, yeah, we used to do that, we used to do that, we used to do that, we used to do that. And so you're starting out and it's like, uh-oh. But then once you get into your lane, you're like, okay, I got this. And then you finish and you finish strong with this. Normally we have to do several takes of the close, and the close was pretty solid.
I think what helped is that I slowed down, was more present. That's also something that you talked about, like be present, don't think about the,
Definitely.
but I think just naturally it was just like go, 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 go. And I think this time was a bit more thoughtful, pause. So I think that helped a lot.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that was the first time where I probably didn't struggle through it. So that's pretty amazing because usually for those of you watching, I'm like always like, I don't want to go into it. I always struggle with it. I'll just say, leave it as that.
And just for the people who are watching, this isn't the only time you do video, so you're getting reps in between sessions. And how many reps would you say you're getting in? And we're talking reps on video, reps when you're talking to potential clients, when you're communicating with people and the stakes are high. How many reps would you say that you're getting on a day to day?
Oh, so many.
Yeah,
But even before that, I started YouTube. I'm gonna sound old, like 12 years ago, 10 years ago. I used to do, I used to make videos about traveling. I used to do narration voiceovers. I used to drink alcohol. I used to take shots before a voiceover because I was so nervous and I was never happy.
interesting.
So it's just been a long journey. What's nice is I do get compliments of people mentioning that I'm a very engaged speaker, that I take my time with my words now. Even then, that's probably still a challenge that I have. But it's so much time in the gym. It's so much practice, like to get here. But nowadays, I think now that I've rewired my brain to say like, hey, actually, you're doing public speaking in every aspect of your life. When you wake up, when you get on the call, when you're even talking to your family, when you're going to the grocery store, when you're in a meeting, every opportunity is a chance to improve your public speaking. And most of the time I don't remember that, but I becoming more aware of it. So maybe that's why. And then also too, I'm just not in the rush of the outcome. I'm not in like,
Mm,
that's, I'm enjoying the process. And it's harder because when you're younger, you're so impatient. You just want to be successful. But I think it just takes time, but just never giving up and just continuing to look for support. And that's why like I reached out to Ants because I was serious about this. And I was like, I
yeah.
know I'll do this alone. I'm going to get help. And, you know, and I worked with a few other public speaking coaches before, maybe two, but not for too long. But Ant and me had a really good uh, working style, and I did see myself improving right away. And that's my advice to everyone. Like, it's just how bad do you want it, and whether you do it on your own or you find supports. There's always a way.
Man, that was great, Jose. And what struck me is like I had to do a shot beforehand to get into the right mindset. And here you are now. I remember some of the first sessions that we did. You're like, man, I can riff. I can riff. I can actually do this off the dome. And you saying, how bad do you want it? That's the differentiator, Jose. This is why I love working with you, is because you show up, you demonstrate how bad you want it, you put in the reps, you do the work, and the results are obvious. We're talking about them right now. And so for me to hear you say, I've gone from taking a shot before I take a shot at the camera to now I'm just relaxed and I just do what I do. That's a huge transformation, Jose. So thanks for sharing that story.
No, thank you. And Ant has seen me in even situations where I was crying through like a breakup, and I showed up, and he's
Yes,
just
you
like,
did.
be here. But I do, that's one thing that I do admire about myself, is that I don't give up, and then all the people that I look up, they don't give up. And like, it's just, if you just keep at it for a long time, it's gonna work in your favor. Even when you show up, and you're not feeling great, and you're like, just show up. And that's, and then finding a good partner and coach at your side, that is where the magic happens. And giving it time. It's not, it took, like I told you, the backstory between like 12 years to here, and even working with a fan, it's been like 16, 18 months, almost 2 years. It takes time.
You're not wrong. Anything worth doing is going to take some time, Jose. You got that right. And having somebody who can come alongside, and support and encourage and teach and model, all of those things are important. And I'll say in closing, for all of those who are out there watching this video broadcast, that this is how I help people. I walk alongside you, I support you, I encourage you, I teach you. Those are the things that are done in these sessions. And massive transformations have happened with numerous people all over the globe. And I'm happy to say and proud to say that the methods that I use and the things that I teach have helped people like Jose and others become better communicators. It's helped to transform their business so far as sales, so far as views, so far as authority, things that all people know goes into success, but they might not have the right tools, the right teacher in order to execute well. And so that's what I help people do. And Jose, just again, for the people who are out there watching, how do people catch up with you, find you online, and how can you help those folks?
Yep. So you can follow my channel, SEO by Jose Angelo. I'll drop the link in the comments here. You can also go to my website, Jose Angelo Studios. And if you need help with SEO, getting your business more visibility online, especially with AI, or just anything with AI, reach out, and I'm happy to help you.
And this is the guy that you want helping you. I promise you that. I've been working with him long enough to know how he rolls and how he gets things done and why he's a valuable resource for his clients and for people who are wanting to learn about these things. So holler at Jose Angelo Studios if you want to humanize your website in the AI era. Talk to this guy right here. This guy right here, and Blair, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for showing up, and pull up to the next live stream that we're going to do because this is what we're doing. Take care, y'all.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.